So, first day of the US B license, I'm so tired. The reason I'm so tired is because to obviously get to the course, you've got to, it's not going to be on your doorstep all the time. So, this course is 2.5 hours away. So, I haven't stayed over at a hotel. 2.5 hours driving there, 2.5 hours driving back. And then obviously, you've got a full day. Really tiring. The information is very different to what I'm used to, very different to the education and even the language and the challenges for your understanding is different. I've only done courses back home in England though. What they're looking for on the US B license at this time is not so much concepts, and that's what I'm used to. So leaving things for the imagination to see how you layer it. This is different. It's a lot more kind of rigid, and it's rigid within the 11v11. It's like, well, it emphasises expectation of realism, but realism means everything is kind of within the 11v11, and that means that me, with my dated learning, I'm looking at how we can identify the pictures regardless of how the field is divided. But I like a lot of overloads and underloads of players, and that's not something that they necessarily want. So it's a real challenge. I've got to do a load of learning and relearning, and also not be one of those people who goes on a course and says, well, I was taught this, and be rigid yourself. So there's an emphasis on the physical understanding, loading, but really scientific, where obviously I think most of us would be managing loading in our year with our players, but this is looking a lot more at the science of it, which it's not my background, but most people don't have an MDT at their club, so if you don't have your multidisciplinary team, it's information that you need to retain or at least be aware of. It's only day one for me, so it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the week works out. No one likes change either, so I'm being asked to change how I think, which is tough, because I'm like, I don't know anything anymore. I'm like, I don't know. So that's painful. Like, you feel like you really genuinely don't know what they're talking about. And I think that's what happens when you're out of formal education for so long as well, because it's been such a long time since I've done a course. So in a way, I'm paying the price for not keeping up with my education. Formal education, obviously. Practical education has been really diverse, and I feel like I've exposed myself to a lot of learning opportunities, but you still need to keep up with the classroom aspect of our roles as soccer people, football people. So the US B license, day one. It's different, but you've got to really push yourself. You've got to keep learning stuff. Don't have a narrow mindset, and be open to the frightening aspects that reveals maybe you ain't got a clue what you're talking about.